first. Is David Cameron sexy? No. According to recent reports, the Tory leader is winning over female voters with his charm. At a recent drinks party, a stunning blonde lady apparently went up to him and exclaimed, "I used to hate the Tories, but you're definitely doable." Well, actually, she used an even ruder word than that. But Daisy, you've worked on many political programmes, you know all the politicians pretty well. Any of them sexy? Cameron sexy?
I think there is something about very powerful men or women that turns a lot of other people on, and I think politicians do quite often find themselves, even the sort of facially challenged of them, find themselves sort of with women throwing themselves. I was trying to be polite, even the plainer ones. And David Cameron, kind of like Tony Blair, is very, very charming. So I think he does wave a certain sort of magic on people, and it's quite easy sometimes to make a real fool of yourself if somebody has got that charm that makes you think that actually they're not the leader of the opposition, they're actually your mate. You can say things that perhaps you shouldn't do.
Like?
I can't believe I'm actually going to tell this. I did make a few months ago a complete fool of myself with David Cameron. My excuse is I was still suffering with baby brain. I had just come back from maternity leave and I was at a party with my husband, a sort of a worky party, and David Cameron hadn't seen me since I'd been off, and I'd just finished being a political correspondent, so very much in his world, and I'd just started a new job as economics editor. So he came over, very charming, as we know, and said, "Oh, hello Daisy, lovely to see you, blah, blah, blah." And, there we are, and I'm thinking, what a nice guy, my friend Dave. And he said, "I just really wanted to congratulate you on, and I thought, my boobs." And then I suddenly realised I'd said out loud, "My boobs," in this way, and his face, because he was going like this, and he just went, "No, I meant your new job." And my husband was standing next to me, I mean, like this, and as he wandered off, obviously, I had managed to not just embarrass myself, but really embarrass him through no fault of his own.
Don't blame the baby brain. That's what you wanted him to be thinking about. Honestly, I don't know. I don't find any politician sexy, but like you say, it must be something to do with the power, because when you look at people like Lembit Opik, for instance, who has a new young
another young girlfriend.
How does he do that? It's got to be the fact that he's a politician. And then, my list here: Lembit Opik, John Prescott, David Blunkett, Edwina Currie and John Major.
Oh, don't. I'm getting a picture.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, politicians are like worse than thinking about your mum and dad, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But I think the British ones are particularly unappealing. I think there are certain American politicians who seem to have a lot of charisma. Barack Obama is so charismatic, and I think
charismatic, but not sexy.
Well, maybe not sexy, but handsome at least. Yeah. Handsome at least. He wouldn't scare small children.
I met Tony Blair once. Well, I didn't meet him. He passed me in a corridor, and he had a kind of air about him that was like. I went all girly. Did you? I did.
Because he's the Prime Minister.
Yeah, well, he was.
Oh, yes.
Thank God.
And Gordon was lovely to me. I know nobody likes him at the moment, but I have to say, I won't fancy him, but he was really, really lovely when I met him, my Gordon.
Well, all politicians are going to be lovely to your face, aren't they?
Well, it's a bit like this show.
Right, next. Should pregnant women wear bikinis? For the past month, Wayne Rooney's Mrs. Coleen has been happily showing off her baby bump on the beach and, according to friends, is loving her body, relieved that she now looks definitely pregnant and not just suspiciously overweight. So is this a good look, or should baby bumps be covered up?
Well, I think Coleen Rooney looks quite good because she's not massively pregnant yet, and but I didn't like showing it off. Certainly not in a bikini. No, I don't think it's an attractive look. And I did wear a T-shirt that used to say "I'm not fat, I'm pregnant" on it, because there was a stage you go through where you just look really fat. So when I was on holiday, I always wore the one-piece, the maternity swimsuit. But the problem with that is when I used to lie by the pool, I wasn't sure whether people wanted to harpoon me.
Trying to roll you back into the sea.
The whale. Yeah. Should we just roll her back?
See, now I'm the absolute opposite, and I'm not an exhibitionist at all by nature. But when I was pregnant, I loved wearing a bikini. First of all, I like my tummy to get nice and brown. But it's the only time in life I've ever worn a bikini and not tried to suck my tummy in.
Well, yeah,
and it's okay to let it all hang out. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I don't like it because your belly button and everything looks funny.
Quite liberating, nice. I would have thought, actually, but only on a beach. You see, I don't want to be walking down the road and have like someone's belly button almost take my eye out. I don't like that, and I don't want women posing on the front of magazines pregnant like they're the first woman ever to get pregnant. So you know, put it away in that instance. But on a beach, who cares? You know, I've seen worse things than pregnant women on the beach. Trust me.
I think sometimes when you're really proudly displaying your belly, some people take it as an invitation to touch your belly, which is so. I really hated it when I was pregnant. I just found it really inappropriate. People wouldn't normally come up to you and touch a part of your body.
It's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
I mean, a politician once, when I was interviewing him, he will remain nameless, but I was interviewing him about education and blah blah blah. Here are all the things, and then he touched my hugely pregnant belly, talked to my baby, and said, "We're doing this for you." I nearly vomited. It was just horrible.
I would have punched him.
Yeah, and I thought, I'm not going to touch your belly. Don't touch mine.
I liked it. I liked people coming up and touching my belly.
You were very fond of
not when I was
my
pregnant,
belly.
just generally.
Yeah. You like to touch mine.
I used to love touching your belly and feeling the baby. You freaked out.
You were nearly sick.
I did like it.
But you wouldn't do it uninvited, would you?
I tend to be one of these people that does with pregnant women go,
just go straight in.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
Right, now listen, this is serious. We need your help. We are delighted to say that we've made it onto the shortlist for Best Daytime Show at this year's TV Quick and TV Choice Awards. Now, we're not ones to show off, but not only have we won it once, but we've actually won it 2 years on the trot. Very grateful for all your votes in the past, extremely proud of these awards, but we would dearly love to make it a hat trick, wouldn't we?
We would,
I think so. So
love it.
if you like what we're doing and you want us to make it 3 in a row, go to our website where you'll find the details of where and how to vote. That's itv.com/loosewomen. We're going to take a few minutes for a quick breather. Oh, and by the way,
What?
when we go to the awards, whatever happens, win, lose or draw,
What?
please behave yourself.
Me? Excuse me? Me behave?
Yes.
Hang on a minute. There's 4 of us sitting here and one of us has a hangover. Right? And I'll tell you what, it ain't me. Guess who it is?
I hate drunks. I hate people who get drunk. I can't stand people who drink.
It's Coleen Nolan. She's got a massive hangover because she was
Please.
drunk last night.
Please just move on. I'm going to...
Yes!
Move on. Move on.
Don't you think it's sad, really, a woman of her age?
Yeah.
Sad.
You need to move on or I'm going to vomit.
We're going to take a few